Welcome to r/Tales from Tech Support, where we get to have a little chuckle at the technologically disadvantaged. Like me. I'm Uncle Reddit, and have I got a story for you. Look at this! 2 in a week! It's a Festivus miracle. Anyway, I'm back. We're going to do another video. Got another substitute cat cam. Pet cam, but it is a cat this time. The turtle was cool. Let's meet Baby. This comes to us from Brandon. Brandon tells us that Baby is a Siamese wannabe cat. We're not sure what her breed was, but everyone was calling her Siamese, so we just referred to her that way. Baby's a smart cat with a great personality and also spoiled. Baby also has manners and knows what no means. Never seen a cat do that. You'll have to let her know it's okay to get something that you put out for her. She has a special cup she drinks out of and her own cup holder that's part of the couch with her own spot on the couch that she goes to. Only drinks bottled water after she realized it tasted better than tap water. Her favorite toy is the laser pointer. We tried other toys and she got bored easily. You bring out the laser pointer, she'll play with it until the batteries die. She always tries to read the newspaper with my mom and loves to see what you're doing. She even greets you at the door, especially people she knows. Well, thanks, Brandon. Appreciate the cat cam pictures for tonight, and yeah, enjoy having Baby for company while we read. Just happened today and I wanted to strangle them. I'm at my PC doing pricing updates for the warehouse when my entire office turns off. I go to investigate when it comes back after about 15 seconds to find the monkeys in the warehouse flipping switches on the breaker box to find out which one controls the plug in their office. Me. Guys, what the F is going on here? Why did my power go out? Monkeys. We're trying to find out which one controls the plugs in our office. Me. And your plan was to just start flipping switches to see what happens? Are you out of your minds? Stop flipping switches. Monkeys. But we need to know what... Me. If you touch that breaker box again without permission from the higher ups and with the servers running, you'll be fired. We need to have authorization to turn off power, so that we can make sure nothing is going to be damaged or lost. Told the boss I'm going to lock down the breaker box now. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous, man. Who in their right mind, even without a server room, who in their right mind just goes and starts flipping breakers? I've seen people kill something as simple as a countertop microwave doing that before. People shouldn't touch things that they know nothing about. A quick ticket from one of our remote users. Got a ticket just a few minutes ago from a user that's working from home on a remote session. This is month 20 of our company using this setup, but still, users treat their work from home setup like caveman discovering fire. Hi, is it possible to change the display settings on laptops so that I can use dual monitors? It currently says the display setting can't be changed from a remote session. Thank you. Man, if only there was some sort of obvious clue in that message that would fix your problem for you. I try not to be snarky in my reply, but it probably still came across so. As the message says, you can't change display settings from within the remote session. You'll have to exit the remote session in order to change display settings on your laptop. I attach a handy little guide I made showing people how to extend displays and go get a coffee. Wondering what other already answered questions I'll have to answer when the user gets back to me. It's funny, I have thoughts like that with my kids. I really don't even accept that from the 10-year-old, let alone the 16-year-olds, let alone a fully grown adult employee. Why should I have to answer the same question 30 different times, 30 different ways? Pay attention, take notes, put it into your Google, put it into your reminders or whatever into your phone. I don't care. But figure out how to remember stuff. Oh, another shot of Baby there. You're not special. I work at a car dealership doing marketing and running the website. Everyone also thinks I'm IT because I know how to use Google. This just happened. Cast. Me equals me, FG equals finance guy, OG equals old guy. Finance guy. Hey, Fruit Loop, this customer has the amazing OEM app on his phone, but it won't stay signed in because he doesn't have a password on his phone. How can we fix this? Me. Tell him to put a password on his phone? That's a security feature. There's no way around it. Finance guy. He's a realtor. He's on his phone 100 times a day, so he can't put a password on. Me, to myself. Everyone's on their phones 100 times a day. Get over yourself. Sorry, that's the only option. Old guy. Well, I'll just call OEM and get them to change it for me. Me. Good luck with that. Yup, everyone thinks they're special. Privileged even. Surely they'll change the rules and protocols just for me. I need Norton 360 to access the internet. So, I had an interesting call the other day. One of our remote sales staff calls me saying that he'd like permission to install Norton 360 on his company laptop. I tell him I can't allow him to install his personally purchased AV software, as we already have AV software on the laptop that would conflict and company policy, etc., etc. Should be the end of the discussion, right? Of course not, but his response certainly caught me off guard. Salesperson. Okay, but I really need Norton 360 on the laptop to be able to work. I've been having all kinds of issues. Me. Well, you haven't reached out to me or submitted a ticket. Salesperson. I can't even get online with my work laptop. I need the VPN in my Norton 360 subscription to access the internet. Me. Wait, what? If you can't connect to your network at home, a VPN isn't going to solve anything. Salesperson. Well, everything else is connected and it has the VPN software on it. Me. That doesn't mean the VPN is the solution. I can tell you for a fact that if your laptop isn't connecting to your network, a VPN can't help you. Salesperson. Well, I need the VPN for other reasons too. Like what? Salesperson. Some really bad people are after me and have hacked my network. That's why I'm having all these issues. That's why I need the VPN. I even have 2 ISPs in my house because Google Fiber is supposed to be more secure. Me. So, bad people were smart enough to hack both of your networks and block a single one of your computers from connecting to the internet, but they are seemingly unable to do anything to block your other internal network devices because of your Norton 360 VPN? Salesperson. Yeah, Norton 360 seems to fix the issue. Me. Norton isn't a magic wand and it doesn't make your computers invisible. If these bad people are inside your network, they can see all the devices and their local IP addresses. It would take no time at all to disable the network access to all your devices or even just brick your routers. It is considerably more likely that something else is going on, and I'd be happy to troubleshoot that with you so we can get you back up and running. Salesperson. So you won't let me install Norton 360? Me. Nope. Now, can you tell me more about your setup so I can provide some initial things for you to check? Salesperson. No, that's okay. I know it won't fix anything. I'll just use my personal laptop. Me. Okay then, I'll note that on my end. Anything else I can help you with? Salesperson. Actually, yeah, my phone's been dropping calls a lot lately. We use a cloud-based phone system, so I log in to check his analytics. Me. So it looks like you're using the mobile app. Totally fine, but a lot of your calls are originating from other countries. Are you using a VPN when you make calls? Salesperson. Yup. Me. Well, trying to route a VoIP call over a VPN tunnel to halfway across the globe is going to cause significant latency and can cause your bad call quality and dropped calls, and I'm seeing that in the logs. I'd recommend not using the VPN while making calls. Salesperson. But then I can't access my internet. Me. Have you even tried not using the VPN? Salesperson. No, because it's been working and I need the VPN to protect myself from the people who are out to get me. Me. Well, if you're unwilling to let me troubleshoot your connectivity issues, then I can't fix your first issue. And if you won't disable your VPN on your phone, I can't fix your second issue. Also, I'll be sending a message to your manager detailing your issues and your refusal to troubleshoot them. If you change your mind, please reach out to me. Salesperson. Okay, that sounds good. Click. I updated the ticket I created and sent an email to their manager detailing the conversation as a CYA. I've had some weird interactions, but this one definitely earned a place near the top. Okay, talk about ill-informed and paranoid. Why do you call tech support if you're just going to argue with them anyway and not try to work with them to troubleshoot the issue? They're the ones that know the system. They know the hardware. And even if they don't know everything, they can damn sure find out better than most end users can. Most. Watching a human buffer. I work as a student assistant at a university, where I attend the third and last year of computer engineering. I work as a helper in the second year networking class, helping students to follow labs and set up services like simple web and mail servers. The students throughout the semester are to complete a set of labs that prepare them for 2 projects. One small project to prepare them for their second, and a more extensive project which is their exam. The labs consist of a walkthrough part first, making the students set up the given service that the lab entails, followed up by questions. These questions would be anything from describe how this works to change the configuration of what you have just set up to achieve this result. As the labs get more advanced, one could still follow them to a T to complete the initial setup, but the questions would eventually get more to the point of having to Google how to do certain things. As these are second-year students, one would expect at least a rather basic IT comprehension at this point, and they should be familiar with basic Linux commands and terminal usage. Some students in their year obviously aren't where their progression in their degree suggests. I've been a helper in other previous classes too, like Intro to Linux and Object-Oriented Programming, so I know to a certain degree which are the stronger and weaker students of the bunch. Of the lesser end of the bunch are a few that stand a bit out, like this one. The lab environment is in CentOS 7, which uses systemd, so the accompanying commands are used. M equals me and st equals student. ST had a habit of sitting at the lab computer and waiting until I made eye contact, where they would then raise their hand to ask a question. They would only try a command once, and then figure they're either stuck or progress the lab not caring about the fact that a service isn't running, and then getting more stuck later. Meanwhile, sitting and staring at their screen, they wouldn't make any effort to read the lab instructions again or Google the errors that might be appearing. I would always find this a bit fascinating, as the first interaction between us, every single time I got up to ST, would be something along the lines of, "Me, what seems to be the problem?" as I look at the terminal window to see if I can immediately identify the problem. ST, "Well, I changed this in the config file and tried the restart command and it won't start." Points to the lab instructions where one could input exactly what it says into the config file and the service would work. Me, "Okay, have you looked at the status, which it says right there?" Points to the terminal output telling the user what troubleshooting steps they could do on their own. This is where the now famous, among the student assistants, buffer comes along. Anytime me or the other helper would get to this stage of the conversation, it would be like watching literal gears grinding in their head as they're trying to kickstart their thought process to figure out what to do next. The answer would always be, "No, I haven't looked at that. No, I haven't Googled that. No, I haven't tried to follow the lab's instructions again." But before every single one of these types of responses, I would, in awe, watch as this person spent a total of 5 to 10 seconds sit in complete silence, trying to figure out what to do with the words that just came hurtling in their direction. Oftentimes, the question ST had would be of the kind that could be solved by going back into the config file and double-checking syntax or seeing what systemd would output to logs. But time and time again, ST would insist on sitting in silence until making eye contact, for me to then have to watch as my request for a command or a Google search churned away in their head, and then figuring out or being told their simple mistake. Yet every single time ST got stuck, I would have to walk over to them, ask them if they Googled it or ran the command that is currently being displayed in their terminal, only to watch them sit for an eventual alarming amount of time in silence, processing what I had just said. It could be something as simple as, "Me, now please write journal CTL-XN and let's see what the output is." Proceeds to wait 5 seconds for them to process. ST, "What command do you mean?" Me, "The one that's being displayed right there that we've used before to check what's wrong." Getting a bit frustrated at this point as we're several labs in and has used the same command multiple times before, even a couple today already. ST waits for another 5 to 10 seconds and then proceeds to type in the command. Me, "Okay, we can see there's an error in that file, so could you please cat that for me?" Another 5 to 10 seconds. ST, "What do you mean cat? What file?" Me, the cat command. We've used it several times before to check the contents of a specific file. I'm talking about the file being marked as having errors in the logs we're currently looking at. Points to the file being marked with errors. You know the drill at this point. ST writes the command, sees the content of the file, at which point I would either point out a syntax error, or I would let them figure it out on their own, and come back later when they inevitably haven't done anything to figure out their own mistake. This would be, and currently still is with their projects being worked on, be a recurring segment of my day. This has of course only gotten worse as the project doesn't have any instructions, only a requirement for what needs to be set up, but it is completely based on everything the students should have learned in their labs already. Technically, one could follow the walkthrough of each lab, replacing the contents of config files with the requirements of the projects, and be all set up, but this is not something that is easily understood by ST. At times I have theorized that ST is actually a humanoid android that is built to learn about technology like a human, only the processing unit the creators use is vastly underperforming for the use case. Whenever I help ST, still to this day, I can't help but be a bit fascinated and also get my tinfoil hat out. I've known many, many people like this over the years. In almost every job I've ever worked, every school I've ever gone to, every extracurricular activity I've ever gone to, there's always at least one person. It's something as simple as, "Hey, how are you?" I'm just not sure what's going on. I mean, I don't know if they're having little mini blackout seizures or what. And it's triggered by conversation, and it starts over every sentence. I don't know. "Hey, how's the wife and kids?" "Beautiful weather we're having today, isn't it?" It's kind of funny, but it's really very sad, actually. Well, thanks, Brandon, for sharing your cat with us for our pet cam. And if you guys have a pet or a family member with a pet and you think they're cute, cuddly, cool, weird, whatever, feel free to email me. Email's in my profile. Who's your uncle LLC@gmail.com. Yeah, tell us a little backstory and we'll get your animal up here on the screen. And if you get a chance, check out one of these videos. I think you'll like them. See ya.